Hello and welcome to Wellbeing Café. My name is Julia and thank you so much for joining for our yin class today. We will focus on the shoulders and back. See if you have a pillow or a blanket that you can use, and maybe 2 blocks and anything else you need to get comfortable in this practice. Find a comfortable seat, gently close down the eyes, scan through the body. Take notice of any tight areas or any uneasiness. We'll begin with Nodi Shodhana Pranayama, or alternate nostril breathing. For this breath, you will take your thumb and pinky, or thumb and ring finger, and seal off the right nostril with the thumb, and inhale through the left. And while you're holding, seal off the left nostril and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, seal off the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, seal off the left, and exhale through the right. Continue with 3 more cycles of this breath at your own pace. When you are done, take deep inhales and slow and controlled exhales. Alternate nostril breathing is meant to balance out our energies, the yin and yang energies. Check in with your body again and see how you feel now. It may be different, it may be the same. Just take notice. When you are ready, make your way into tabletop position. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Option to take gentle movements before we start off in our first pose. Find a static position. We'll start with puppy pose. Root into your knees. Walk your hands forward to your desired depth. You'll feel a deep stretch in the shoulders, in the spine. An option here to bring a pillow underneath the chest. Or to bring blocks underneath the hands. If you place blocks under the hands, you may feel a deeper stretch in the shoulders. Settle into this pose and take your time setting it up. There's no rush here. If this pose is not feeling great in your body today, option to take the knees wide and come down into child's pose. Option to place a pillow underneath the chest or in between the thighs and the calves. Wherever you are, settle in. Find your edge, and we will be here for 3 minutes. In yin practice, it's important to remember that you should not tolerate pain. It should feel intense, but it should not feel sharp and painful. If at any point it begins to feel painful, press out of the pose and find an alternative that works better for you. This may mean adding in another prop or coming into a different pose entirely. Listen to your body. Allow your upper body to relax. Release tension from the hands. Breathe deeply. It may feel nice here to welcome in ocean breath. In Yang practices, this is known as Ujjayi pranayama. In this breath, you will engage the whisper muscles at the back of your throat and exhale with an audible ocean-like sound, as if you're fogging up a mirror. The mouth remains closed. Prepare your body to lift out of the pose. Press into the hands, bend into the elbows. Engage the core gently. Lift one hand, and then the next. Make your way into tabletop. Here, it may feel nice to roll out the spine, to round through the back, a nice counter pose to the deep spinal extension. Take any movements that feel good here. When you are ready, find a static tabletop pose. Make your way to your belly, maybe by walking the knees back and slowly lowering down. Place one cheek on the top of the hand. Shake the hips a little left and right. Lift up into Sphinx pose. Elbows directly underneath the shoulders. Option to bring the hands together, prayer hands, or to grab opposite elbow. If this is too intense, there's an additional option to bring a pillow underneath the torso to support and lessen the back bend. Or if you have multiple pillows, you can also bring them underneath each thigh. to lessen the back bend a little bit more. Take your time setting up and allow yourself to deepen into the posture. If there are any areas of tension in your body, send breath to that space and release. Yin postures tend to be very relaxed, which doesn't mean that they feel relaxing, but the muscles themselves are being allowed to let go. In back bends like this, there are times when we have to be slightly more active to protect ourselves, especially in the lower back region. Check in with your body and stay in Sphinx pose if this feels like the perfect amount of tension. Otherwise, bring the palms out in front, directly beyond the elbows, and press into the hands for seal pose. Wherever you are, remember to breathe. Prepare your body to move. Deep inhale and exhale. Slowly lower the elbows to the ground if you are in seal. And lower the torso to the ground by bringing the elbows wide. Rest your cheek on the top of your hand. Option 2, rest here. Gently shake out the hips. Or to come into a nice counter pose. Maybe child's pose. When you are ready, return to your belly. Press into both palms. Lift the chest up. We'll return briefly to Sphinx pose. Press your weight into the left hand. Lift the left elbow off the ground. And thread the right arm underneath. Press weight into the right elbow. And thread the left arm across. This is closed wing. This is closed wing pose. Option 2, rest your forehead on a block or two, or a pillow. If this position is too strenuous on the lower back, option 2, rise up. option to come to a seated position. Feet flat on the ground. Cross the right arm under the left and take your forearms to your thighs and gently let them fall apart. Settle into your choice of pose today. Allow yourself to relax. Notice where your mind wanders in each of our postures. Allow for observation, but not judgment. If your arms become tingly or numb feeling, gently lift out of the posture to return blood flow to the arms. You may feel an intense stretch in the shoulders here, in the center of the back and under the shoulder blades, or even the lower back. Prepare your body to move. If you are in closed wing pose, press into the elbows, gently engage the core. Slide the right arm underneath your body. Once you're there, you can move the left arm away and maybe you come down to the belly to shake out the hips. Take any counter pose that you need. This may be another child's pose. Or more fluid movements in tabletop. Whenever you're ready, either make your way to your belly so we can go to the other side, or find the opposite stretch in the seated closed wing pose. This time with left arm underneath right, legs open slightly as your chest falls forward. If you're coming down to closed wing pose on your belly, slowly lift up into Sphinx. And this time, place the weight into the right hand Angle the right elbow out or lift it off the ground as you thread the left arm underneath. Once you have weight here in your left arm, thread the right arm across. Option again to rest the forehead on a block or pillow. Allow yourself to relax. If you are on your belly, option to bring the legs out a little bit wider to relieve tension from the lower back. Prepare your body to move from this pose. Gently engage the core. Lift the forehead off the ground or block. Lean the weight into the left elbow and forearm. Slide the right elbow underneath the shoulder. Place weight into the right elbow and free your left arm. From here, option to come to the belly and take counter movements. This could be open wing pose, where you place the arm away from your body and roll onto your side. Or you can come into child's pose or any other movements or poses that feel nice. When you're ready, slowly make your way into tabletop. Or if you are already on your glutes, and we'll meet you there. We'll come into supported fish pose. We'll take the blocks and we'll place one perpendicular to the long edges of the mat and the other one parallel to the long edges. This is option 1. You'll slowly lean back until the block is underneath your shoulder blades and your head settles on the further block. You may need to adjust here. Give yourself some time to find the perfect position. If this is too intense on your neck or upper back, option to bring the pillow underneath your hips to lessen the back bend. Meet your edge here and choose out your target areas. Maybe it's the upper back, if you have the feet straight out in front of you or bent. Or maybe it is the upper back and inner thighs. If your legs are in the butterfly variation, option to support the thighs with additional blankets or blocks. Allow yourself to relax here. Prepare your body to move from this pose. If your legs are in the butterfly position, use your hands to support them and bring the knees closer together. Feet come to the ground. Place weight into your hands and elbows. Slowly lift out. Remove your props. It may feel nice to place your feet on the ground and gently lower your forehead to your knees for a nice counter pose. When you're ready, scoot the hips forward and slowly lower to the ground. Left leg goes out long. Hug the right knee to the chest. Circle the hip. Shift the hips a little bit to the right and allow the right knee to fall over. You may need to shift the shoulders a little bit left so that both are grounded. Gaze can look over to the right hand. We won't be here for too long. We're just neutralizing the spine, settling the nervous system before we come into Savasana. Deep inhale and exhale. Return to center. Hug the right knee in one last time, and then let the right leg go long. Bring the left knee to the chest. Circle out the hip. Hug the left knee to the chest. Shift the hips over a little bit to the left and allow the left knee to fall over the right side. Allow both shoulders to touch the ground. It's okay if the left knee doesn't come all the way down. Inhale and exhale, return to center. Hug the left knee in. Bring the right knee in as well. Option to lift the head off the mat to give yourself one last hug. And when you're ready, send the legs out long. Arms come down by the sides, palms face up. In our final resting pose, allow yourself to release any effort, any control. Stay in Shavasana for as long as you would like. Option to pause the video here as you rest. Otherwise, invite gentle movements to the fingers and toes. Draw circles with the wrists and ankles. Maybe you reach the arms overhead for one last full body stretch. Bend through one knee and then the other, and make your way to your favorite side. Slowly lift out of the pose and make your way into a seated position. Eyes remain heavy. Inhale, arms reach high overhead, palms come to touch. Thank you so much for joining for our yin practice today. I hope you enjoy lower palms. And if you like the video, please subscribe. We'll be coming out with new videos each and every week. And we'd love to have you as a part of our community. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.